All right, welcome back to the show. We're here for our second night in a row, man. I really have so much to say in this transition that I'm going through in my life right now. Looking to continue to build my entrepreneurial muscle. So I'm going into tech. First off, I gotta say this too, because human beings are ridiculous. Y'all gotta watch these humans, bro. I made this video about Canelo and Crawford. So my point in the whole video was Canelo made way more money than Crawford because he has a bigger brand. That was the point of it. That was the basic premise. And maybe I can show you all. I don't know. Let's see if you'll be able to see this. Y'all got to see this. Yeah, okay. I can show it to you. Let's try this. So Crawford is pound for pound the best boxer in the world right now. Undisputed. He's sharp. He's precise. He did what people thought he couldn't do. But here's where it gets tricky. Canelo, he's been building his brand for years. Been building his business for years. He's the face of Mexican boxing, first off. He's a global superstar. He owns his own promotional company. And he's been selling out arenas, pay-per-views, for over a decade now. So even when Crawford wins the fight, Canelo wins the war. And that right there is the biggest disconnect I see with entrepreneurs. Some of us, we're the Crawfords of our industry. We're better. We're the best. We are sharper than the competition. We're better than the competition, more talented than the competition, more attractive than the competition, but we're still underpaid. Meanwhile, someone else, not as good as you, is branded better, positioned better, marketed better, and they're walking away with the money that you so passionately deserve. But let me ask you a question. How many of you felt like that? You know for a fact that you're more talented, but somebody with less skill is getting paid more notoriety, bigger following. Well, that's the Crawford-Canelo effect. See, Crawford was the best fighter that night, but Canelo was the better businessman. And that's what entrepreneurs need to understand. Winning once is cool, but if you don't build a machine around what you do, you'll keep watching someone else out-earn you. All right, so that is the video that I posted. The whole thing is on YouTube. It's a really, really good video. It just kind of talks about how important the brand is versus the talent. Now, that takes nothing away from Crawford, of course, because Crawford's incredible. Canelo has been doing it a little longer. He's, beloved in his community. But you know what people took from that? They thought I was saying, somebody said it's a terrible analogy, but we get the point. And I'm like, how is that a terrible analogy? And then I asked the question and nobody responds because it's just ridiculous. The point is some of us are really good at what we do, but once we build out our brand, and I'm not saying Crawford, people's like, yo, you must not know Crawford's investments. Well, that wasn't the point of the video. I'm sure Crawford is doing some amazing things with his life. Shouts out to that man. But now that he won this fight, his brand is now bigger than it was, which means going into the next fight, he has more leverage, meaning he could demand a bigger bag. He can demand a bigger bag now because whoever he has to fight as he keeps winning, there will be somebody else that's an underdog. Whether they're better than him or not, it doesn't matter. He will start making more money. So anyway, that's not why we're here. I had to when people see stuff on social media, it baffles me of what you read into about what I said. You know what I mean? So, but people are crazy. So shouts out to crazy people. Let's get into it. The point of an analogy is to get the point. That just made me mad. But I've told people, I don't know why. Okay, anyway, let's get into it. Don't start a coaching program, okay? Don't start a coaching program. That's my point. And today so everybody wants like monthly recurring revenue. I believe it's very important as entrepreneurs that we build out some sort of model that can pay us over and over again. But I want to go down a quick history lesson when it comes to coaching. So do we have anybody here that's a coach? You are an infopreneur. You are somebody. What's up, words, Taylor? We'll be on that Monopoly in a minute, man. We'll be on that Monopoly in a minute. Yes. This too deep for the normal. You went Jay-Z on them. Love that, man. I love y'all in the chat. All right. So do we have anybody that's a coach, consultant, courses? I'm about to really go down memory lane on y'all real quick, okay? Do y'all remember in 2020 when the world shut down? Y'all remember that, right? Well, people were stuck at the house. Nobody knew what was going to happen with their job. And suddenly, almost overnight, everyone becomes a coach or a course creator, including myself, okay? So this is not me talking down about anyone because this is what I did. Now, I'm trying to explain, one, how I'm phasing out of coaching and being considered a coach. I want people to look at me as a tech startup or a tech founder, or a few years later where we exit a business. Now, but at this time, because everyone's at home, I have expertise, everyone's online, let me package my information and sell it to people. It was incredible. So these platforms like Teachable or Kajabi or Thinkific, these platforms explode. Yo, Teachable said that they paid out over $1 billion to content creators or online coaches in 2020 alone. Think about that. Teachable, the platform, they paid out $1 billion to course creators in 1 year, 2020. Do you know that is 85% higher than 2019? Coaching explodes. Udemy reported it was 425% increase in enrollment during the first few months of the pandemic. People are at home and they're enrolling to purchase these courses. Just people searching online, coach, looking for a coach, up 40% in 2020. Now by 2021, online courses are officially like the buzzword in every entrepreneur. I don't care if you were in real estate. I don't care if you was in stocks, whatever. 2021, everyone and their auntie is building out a course. Every ad you see is somebody selling a $997 program. Okay, in 2020, 2021, how many people bought a course for $997? You knew that when they ended with this webinar, they're about to ask you for $997. Easy. So that $997, they're saying this, you buy this program, your life changes forever. You'll be a millionaire with this $997. Hey guys, I'm not attacking anyone. I did the same thing. I'm just being 100% honest with it. It was a gold rush, right? Because I knew if I'm doing something, I'm succeeding at it, I can teach you how to do it, you succeed at it, and then you'll tell people how great of a coach I am, and it grows. This 2021 is the golden era for coaches and consultants and course creators. Somebody stop me when I'm lying. Build a Beast Factor, you already know. So by 2022, though, 2023, reality starts to hit. We start seeing the cracks. The cracks start to show in the program. Why? People are starting to slow down. I think it was Harvard, they came out with a study that showed 88% of people never finish the course. 12% of online students finish the program. Think about that. 12% of people finish courses. Hey, do me a favor, throw this in the chat real quick. Let me know if you ever started a course and did not finish it. Actually, put a me in the chat if you have never, ever finished a course. Let me throw my me in the chat real quick. I got to throw my me in the chat. You bought a course. I'm talking. First off, I'm not even talking to the people that have a course that they didn't finish. I'm saying, put a me in the chat if every single course you've ever bought, you did not finish it. So think about that, y'all. Look at the me's in the chat. Look at that. Bruh, think about what happens. Let's say you open a pizza shop and 88% of the people never finish your pizza. What happens to that pizza shop? Look, Spy Coach Sabrina said, I bought courses and forgot I bought them. Come on, man. Is anybody else going to be transparent here tonight? I'm talking about the people. Hey, if you're on YouTube watching this right now and y'all need to come off Instagram and come on to YouTube, go to my YouTube channel. Y'all need to hit that like button. Hit that like button. We need some love in the like button. I'm going to keep talking, but we need this like button hit. So think about this. If you own a pizza shop and 88% of the people never finish their pizza, what is the fate of that pizza shop? They do a survey. Hey, you ever eat at Gene's Pizza? Yeah. Have you ever finished a pizza? They say no. And now that I think about it, no, I never actually finished one of their pizzas. That shop will not be open for long. Zay said, why would you buy a course and not finish it? Well, you got to ask all of us the same question. Because at this time, we're buying courses, but we realize that's the way to get the information. We didn't see it before. I mean, not that you didn't see it, but most of us never even experienced a course. Most people, do me a favor, what year, if you can think back, what year was the year that you bought your first course? Chances are somewhere around 2020, 2021, 2022 even. But most people, their first course. So y'all got to think about that. You're making these promises and you're like, oh, I can help you do this. But it's not that the person can't help you. Most people just aren't in a position where they can sit down, consume the information, and do the stuff, period. So coaches start to realize that there's churn. What is churn? Churn means that people enroll in your program, maybe they're paying you a monthly fee or something like that, and then they leave. But the name of the game in a coaching program is bringing people in faster than they leave because they are going to leave. And the truth is, most people don't learn by sitting in front of hours of pre-recorded videos. So by this time, 2022, 2023, buyers, they're burnt out. And the coaching programs and courses feel like old news. So we are now in 2025 and courses and coaching is not dead. Okay, it's not dead, but that honeymoon period where it's like, oh, this is new. Oh, you're going to teach me how to do something I can learn from my crib? That period is over. Buyers are smarter, they're more skeptical, way less patient. There's so much competition. People don't just want to buy content, they want results. And not only results, people want accountability and transformation. So let's talk about the current state of the buyers right now when it comes to coaching, consulting, things of that nature. I think people that are interested in courses and memberships, things of that nature, people are skeptical, but they're still curious. They're only skeptical because they joined one before and it didn't work. So now I'm more skeptical. But before 2020, there weren't that many to choose from. in your particular industry. So I know what it's about and I don't want to be a part of it. Okay? So people still want to grow. People still want to grow. They just don't want to waste any money. So you got to think about that person who joined a community, and then they joined another community, and they joined another community, and they still didn't get the results. That's an issue. So the first is people are skeptical, but they're still curious. The second thing is people want outcomes. People are obsessed with outcomes. They're not impressed with flashy ads. Did you know there was a time where you could rent a Lamborghini, sit in front of the Lamborghini, flex with a chain, and you can have a Rolex on that's not a real Rolex, but if the camera's far enough, you look like you get into the money. It was called lifestyle marketing. People are not fooled by lifestyle marketing anymore. People want numbers, they want case studies. If you are building a business or a community and you don't have testimonials, it's going to be very, very difficult to bring new people in because they hip to that game already. Most people are skeptical of coaching programs. I'm just telling you up front, people are skeptical of coaching programs because they've seen so many. Number 3 issue is people have short attention spans now. The pandemic show, and I'm not saying people aren't willing to get through a book, and people still read books, things of that nature, but the pandemic showed them that, I cannot sit here in front of this computer. Not everybody, but some. People want fast, interactive, bite-sized, just-in-time learning. Got it? So, number 4, people want value over the hype. People have seen the $9.97 courses too many times. And guess what? People are now comparing you and your coaching program to this YouTube video. All right, listen, y'all. You are going to launch your coaching program. I'm telling you, there's some things that you got to do, and I'm going to break down how to build it out and some things you need to consider. But why would I pay you $1,000 for a course when there's a lot of people putting that same course on YouTube for free? Or I can give you a masterclass on YouTube right now, and there's no obligation. Now, I would appreciate a little super chat, because even them little $5 super chats incentivize me to keep doing this. Okay, so just in case y'all want it on YouTube, if you're not going to hit the like button, you know what I mean? At least drop a little super chat. So you can say, all right, Dave, keep going. Give me that information. Drop a $5 super chat. I don't got to pay somebody $1,000 for this information. Your course that's so coveted, you are struggling because people can actually go see everything that you're sharing online somehow. Why would I pay you $500 when, listen, you could do a one-on-one coaching session with somebody for $500, or somebody can do a one-on-one coaching session with the wisest person in the world called ChatGPT. I don't know if y'all know my man Gypt, but Gypt can get information from all around the world. Why would I pay you? Yeah, look, my man Q said, Myron does it all the time. Absolutely. Elijah said, courses had their time. It's over. I'm just telling you. Now, I'm not trying to discourage anybody from creating a course or creating a coaching program, but I'm just telling you the tripwires in your way. Here's some game. People are now looking for belonging over information. Listen, even if someone can't trust the content, people will pay for the community. People want to feel like they're at a place where they can belong. Okay. Did you know Harvard Business School did a study, and they found that people who found a sense of belonging in a community stay 50% longer. Retention shoots up 50% when someone feels like they belong. A course will not allow you to belong. So real quick, little commercial break. We actually have a community called the Morning Meetup. It's only $19 and it's driven by the community itself. So tomorrow morning you might jump on the call and you'll see me coaching or someone in the community having a conversation, but it's very engaging. We set a tone of engagement because I want you to come in and feel that one day you can lead a call, you can lead the book club conversation, you can lead the accountability section. Everybody can, because I want people to feel like not that they're joining me in my wonderfulness. People have to feel like they belong, and it's only $19. So if you are building out a community, be careful, because mine is only $19 and we show up every day. Now, I'm not saying you got to compete with that. I'm just giving you an example. And people join our community every single day, because once you come in, you have a sense of belonging. And you'll see other people that belong. And my goal isn't to coach you to greatness. My goal is to create an environment where you can grow yourself. Now, I do have a lot of high touch points, and that is the end of my commercial. So listen, the buyers of 2025 are not naive. They're not falling for the hype. They got fatigue from all these other programs. So I'm going to highlight a few quick problems, then I'll go through the solutions. I'm trying to talk you out of creating a coaching program because most people aren't ready. And if I can give you all the things to, all the hoops to jump over, you'll realize, oh my gosh, I'm doing this because someone said I should, or I feel like it's a good income opportunity. It is not easy. It's easy in a sense that you can, shouts out to Michael, themorningmeetup.com. Go to themorningmeetup.com. You can join themorningmeetup.com. Or if you're on Instagram, you just comment MMU and I'll DM you. Anyway, if I can show, so a lot of this is exactly what happens. And I'm telling you, I was having a conversation with one of my sisters today, and it was like, I gotta go do my coaching call. And it wasn't I can't wait to go see these people. It feels like an obligation. Because what happens is if you don't have engagement in your coaching program, the average person is going to stay 3 months, 4 max, depending on price point, all that kind of stuff. But if there's no engagement, 7 to 10% of people are leaving every month. Mark my words. Just mark my words. I just want you to be cognizant. And if you don't believe me, and I know you're saying, I just launched my program. Man, don't nobody leave. I'm 3 months in and it keeps growing and growing. Well, just come back when you hit this 3-4 month mark and you realize some people start to leave. And the name of the game is bringing people in faster than they leave. So 7 to 10% are leaving every single month, period. Meaning if you launch your program in January, you have 100 members in January. If you don't bring anybody in, if you get burnt out in terms of the marketing and promotion, you will have 60 by June. Here's the problem with that. Here's the problem. You start this program, and let's just say it's $97 a month, and you run it up to 100 members, and you're like, 100 members, $100 a month. Oh my gosh, I'm at 10 grand. So exciting. So you don't mind putting on extra stuff for them. And then you start to see people drop. And to counteract people dropping, you do more to keep the people that are there and to entice more people. So you let's just say you're doing 2 calls a week. And you say, all right, we see the numbers dropping, and that warm market of people who already love me, they're already in, they've seen it, and it slows down because you launched and it shot up. Oh, everybody's excited. But 3-4 months in, people are starting to drop. So what you do is you say, okay, I'll add another day. We're going to do 3 days a week. Well, now we got 3 days a week, and I'm going to promise y'all, look, we're going to do more information, fresh information, and you use that as a bait to bring in more people to your community, which is fine. It's awesome. However, by that 6th month, 7th month, 8th month, people are starting to leave. You're burnt out in the promotion of it. I'm not saying it's not a good program, but it's hard to manage the community and grow the community. And now you're locked into 3 days a week. And imagine what happens when you slip down to 30 people. Now, the 30 people are the amount of people that are still there. And you're like, okay, 30 people are $100. I'm at $3,000 a month. No problem. That's cool. But when you jump on there and there's 30 people in the program, but there's 7 people on every call, those 7 people say, yo, I'm not really feeling this. There's no community here. And eventually, those 7 people stop showing up, and those 30 people that are still on, we're -7, we're at 20 something, but you show up and there's 1 or 2 people, and you look up and it's only 10 people paying, and you still have to show up 3 times a week for $1,000 a month, and you're like, yep, I'm out of here. I'm burnt out. Hey, look, can somebody, am I lying? Anybody? I don't even know if anybody's in this community. Has this happened to you? Has this happened to you? I just want to know if I got some transparent people in the building. If I'm talking to y'all, I could be way off. I could oh, David's just making stuff up. Could be David just be making stuff. David just be on here talking, and he don't know my life. But some of y'all, you're like, yup. Hey, look, if you've seen someone quit their coaching program, it's because of what I just described. The name of the game is bringing people in faster than they leave, because they are going to leave even when you change their life, because some people just outgrow you. They're just done. I'm cool. So churn, it's called churn. That is one of the issues, major issues, that you're going to have to face as you're building this multiple recurring problem, this monthly recurring revenue membership model. The next thing you got to face is market saturation. Like I said, you are now competing with this YouTube Live that I'm doing for free, by the way. It happened to me, not exactly like this, but yes, I know. You're now competing with people who go live on a regular basis. So why would I pay you? The third thing you got to face is buyer skepticism. We talked about that. 12% of people finish courses. I would love to see the amount of people that actually show up in the program. So think about this. I have right now, there's about 800 people in our community, and maybe like 100 and something show up, 140, 150 show up. But it's not just those 150. Some people may show up on Mondays and Tuesdays, so it's a recurring. I'm just looking at the number. But we've figured out a model to bring people in faster than they leave. And there's so many things that we put around it. Like, for instance, with the morning meetup, we have an affiliate program where I think, for one, it's only $19. So it doesn't feel like a bill. You're competing with this community with Netflix, and I'm cool with that. I'll compete with that. But when that 97, you got to compete with your phone bill, it's a little bit different. But we put into place an affiliate program where you can invite someone else for $19 and we give you half the money. We do the work, we give you half the money. Now, why would I do something like that? Because I understand there has to be more things to tie you without me doing more work. You guys understand what I'm saying? So because people are so skeptical, that's our way of getting around it. Because what if I can create a community that not only you pay for, but you have opportunities to get paid from? So think about this. I'm giving y'all some game now. So you're like, man, I'm not giving away half the money from my coaching community. Okay. I would rather You come in paying $19, you invite 2 of your friends, and your $19 is covered. Why? Because it keeps more people on the call, keeps more engagement. They're excited. You have some sort of incentive. I'm telling you, you're not going to build no coaching program where you're just the guru and people just listen to you and you get off the call. And I'm gonna give y'all some game on how to do this in just a minute, okay? But let's go through these reasons coaching programs fail. Number 3 was skepticism. Number 4, people just are fatigued with coaching. Endless Zoom calls. This is draining. People get fatigued. Number 5, the way people consume content is shifting. So there's a shift in how people consume content. The average TikTok person spends 95 minutes a day on TikTok. That's crazy. And then you have to create, number 6, the value versus price pressure. Listen to me, family. That's $79 a month, $97 a month, $197 a month. It's over with. Okay? It's over with. You got to do too much for it. Listen, y'all better go to that $19 model like the morning meetup, or $29, $39, $49, $50, because it's going to start feeling like a bill. And guess what? I just went through my bills and all the things that stood out. When I see 19, or when I see 10, or my mind kind of skips over it. But when I see this 100, oh, that's recurring. Let's cancel that. Especially if they're not joining the calls or getting, there's not multiple touch points. You're out of here. I'm telling you, buyers they're comparing you, the price versus the value. Bro, I'll just go on YouTube and listen to this information. And the last issue, what I just talked about, was founder burnout. Founder burnout. Marcus says, eliminate churn by making your coaching community a fund and make your members investors. Free game. Love that. Come on, you talking good, Marcus. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Let me see if I can add that to the little broadcast. Okay. I might not see it on YouTube, but here we go. So founder burnout. You get tired of seeing 2 or 3 people on this call and they don't want to be there either. So these are the reasons coaching programs don't work. So here's how we get around it. We've got to build a thriving community. What's up, Trap? You already know, bro. Yeah. First off, I was talking to Trap today and he was talking about just how he's building. We started talking about creating content. I was like, all right, Trap, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Trap like, all right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. He said, I'm about to go talk about these rallies and all that kind of stuff. I'm about to talk to my community. High engagement. That's why Trap has an engaged community. Here we go. Here's how we build a thriving community. 1, we need to solve a micro problem. A micro problem. What are you talking about, David? We need to solve a problem that isn't that broad. So an example might be, I help new podcasters hit 1,000 downloads in 90 days. There's not many things that you can compete with on that. You can't compete. How many people are doing that specifically? Listen, y'all, one of my sell isn't, join the morning meetup and I'm gonna teach you how to make $1 million. I don't talk like that. I don't sell like that. I don't promote like that. My major selling point is you're gonna find a home and there's going to be a knowledgeable coach that will coach you every day. We're on every day. So my major selling point is community, because I'm not saying, listen, I'm going to change your life for $19. However, I believe some people are not growing simply because they're in the wrong environment. Your environment isn't even conducive to you for you to grow. You don't start your day the right way. Look at the Morning Meetup app, y'all. You see people posting their workouts every morning at like 6 something in the morning. I post my workout every day and be like, oh, you doing it? I'm on it. I'm on it. There's engagement. You start something like that, you don't want to stop because the community's tying you there. So you need to create some sort of micro problem that you solve. What is a micro problem that you solve? I'm telling you, you are not going to compete when you say, oh, we in the credit club, or I'm gonna help you get to a 750. Well, after they get their 750, they're leaving. And guess what game you're playing? Bringing people in faster than they leave again. Okay. We need to find a problem that we can solve that people are going to continue to deal with. Number 2, you have to design the community for engagement specifically. So if you're going to create a community and you're going to come on and teach every day, or you're going to come on and teach, it's over with, family. You need to run challenges. You need to spotlight members. You have to create little accountability pods. Check this out. There was a study done that said communities that have constant challenges see 2 to 3 times higher retention. Communities that have challenges, meaning, yo, we are going to do this 30-day challenge. Your retention 2 to 3 times. So if you think you're going to create this community and you're going to be the big dog. Oh, got me a little super chat. Hold on, fam. Let's just hold the phone. Got a little appreciation in here. Hold on, man. How do I do that? How do I make this more? Man, I appreciate that, fam. I really do. You don't know. I really appreciate that. I gotta make it bigger. I don't know how to make it bigger. That's lit. Hold on. I got a little super chat, y'all. I got a little super chat. Michael Marshall, 0 to 228, 200, 0 to 228,000. God is good. Thanks for being of service to me, brother. Bro, that was the biggest compliment I could have got all day, bro. He parted with his $10 to show love. I appreciate that, fam. Okay. So as you're building your community, you have to design it with engagement in mind, not information. I know you're starting the community because you want to inform and you want to teach. I'm telling you to start it with the mindset of engagement. How can I get people to come together? So Monday and Tuesday, Monday I teach a lesson in the morning meetup. Tuesday I do Q&A, which means half of the conversation is you talking to me, the other half is me talking to you. Q&A is designed, 1, to help people with their problems that they have specifically, but you get to do something, you do a thing. But guess what? Every single morning, there's a book club conversation run by who? Not me, the members. Guess what? The hosts always change because everybody has the opportunity to come up. We had Carlissa actually taught today on funnels. Like she's a community member. She pays her $19 just like everybody that was listening to her. But there's a rotation. 2-3 times a year, we get together. Community, engagement, not just in little boxes. So as you're creating your community, you have to think, how am I going to get people to connect together? This is what gets people to stay. You want to teach. You want to be the big dog. No, you got to highlight other people. You have to highlight other people. And the sauce is getting them to connect. Your community will grow if you can get them to love each other more than they rock with you. Here's why. Think about a fraternity. There are some people that aren't super in love with the fraternity itself. They're not in love with the dues that they pay to the fraternity. They are in love with their brothers, their line brothers, the community. They connect together. There's a network. The reason for fraternities or sororities, I am connected with my sister, and I don't want to leave the sorority because I don't want to leave my sisters. I'm not talking about the sorority itself. I don't want to leave my sisters. Why? Because what they've done with fraternities and sororities is they've created an ecosystem all around the world so that if you are looking to hire someone and I am in the same organization, there's a situation here. I done seen Steve Harvey give my boy some sort of special handshake, and I'm like, oh, how you know Steve? He said, I don't. They're designed that way for people to connect to each other, and that's why it keeps growing. Number 3, you have to stack the value. You have to stack the value. The value has to be higher than the price. YouTube is free. But let's say this $19 morning meetup group it's not gonna let you quit. Like, I need that accountability. If I can motivate you and inspire you in one day, if that inspiration and that motivation caused you to go make an extra sale and you go make another $300, it's like, oh, the value is there. More value than price. I'll stay. Yep. I'm telling you. Marcus says, yo, David, that specifically is what I want to talk to you about, a platform built around the idea. Hormozy is already doing with school, but there's a next level with the model I mentioned. No doubt. Okay, cool. Claims department says, I always credit Social Proof for putting the battery in my back to found my company. That's what's up, man. I appreciate the love, family. Glad to be a part of the journey. Oh, my kid's home, so I'm about to go upstairs. Number 4, you have to make sure that the community is self-led. Peer-to-peer engagement. You cannot be the man, you cannot be the woman. You have to make sure you are bringing other people up in the community. Some people are so afraid of the community members taking your members. If a community member takes your members, they were never your members. They were never your people. And first off, people don't have people. That's called slavery. The objective is for you to be so dope and provide so much value that people don't want to leave what you created. Now, will there be some people that start a similar coaching program and they start telling some people, hey, you need to come over here. You need to come over here. I'm offering the same thing David offers for less. Guess what? I don't care. You don't even have to sneak around. You can tell me, hey, Dave, I'm about to start this community and I have a couple members that are in your group that's going to be joining my community. Guess what I'm going to say? Congratulations. Congratulations. I'm inclined to say, yo, go do a live or something. I'm inclined to say, yo, shouts out to my boy Che. He creating his financial literacy program, man. He got a community it's going to be dope. You know what? Because I created my own thing. And guess what? When someone goes to create their own thing, you would hope that they have success because you get to have another testimonial of someone who came into your program and they became successful. If you have that limited mindset, you'll never grow. I need to protect my people and I can't have you take my people. You don't have no people, fam. Okay. So the community should lead itself. You need to elevate people. You have to promote people, okay? If people aren't being promoted and people aren't winning, then your community will die, period. Number 5, you can create a tiered model, okay? So the entry point might be $9 a month, $19 a month, $20 a month, or whatever. The entry might be that point, but you could have some sort of elevated community where it's $200 a month. And maybe you do in-person masterminds where it's $5,000. So you can use a tiered model because you can get these injections of cash, and that works. That works. It's tiered pricing. It raises the lifetime value of a person. So everybody that joins your community, let's say it's going to be $50, if their average stay is 3 months, that means when someone comes in, you can almost expect about $150 from that person. But if you have a bunch of people to come in and 10% of the people take your 5K coaching program, that means out of 100 people, 10 of those people are going to be responsible for 50 grand. So it raises the lifetime value of everyone. Okay. Next, you can use technology to save energy. Okay, you got to use some technology. You don't want to have to manually onboard people. You want it to be simple for someone to come in and get rolling. You have to use AI, and you got to use some sort of tech or something that allows it to be a smooth process, seamless process for people to come in. You got to automate the onboarding process. Maybe when they come in, it automatically shoots them a video that says, hey, these are the days we meet. This is what happens, things of that nature. So it's actually, we're putting systems in place so that we don't have to do it every single day. Maybe you have like some sort of book a call type thing, whatever. Got it? Got it. Okay. Next, you got to start measuring the return on investments and start showing the successes. You have to get some testimonials in there. You got to spotlight the wins, push the testimonials, share people's progress. You got to be excited for people. You could do like some sort of weekly member wins post. All right, family. Listen, y'all. Hopefully this is valuable. Before you join, before you about to shoot your course, and before you start, so I have another community for our 7-figure podcast community. So we do have a course where it's like self-paced. However, every Friday we have a touch point. I actually answer questions every Friday. So we have the information that you're needing, but also there's some sort of touch point. And also we're highlighting members. And then we have Podcast Summit where those members get to meet in person. They create deeper connections. So I am Wanakam Brim says, what about niche or exclusive groups like must be married or must single? Yeah, so one of my points was, there needs to be some sort of niche. We can't just do broad, I'm going to help you fix your credit communities. There needs to be some sort of micro problem that you solve. But we have to think of it in a way of, I'm going to create this community to solve a specific problem. My example was, I'll help YouTubers monetize their YouTube in 90 days. It's a 90-day program, and we charge X amount of dollars or something like that. Or some sort of support group. Got it? Okay. Look, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you are looking for a community, go to themorningmeetup.com. There's a link in a bio somewhere, themorningmeetup.com. And we talk like this every single day on a regular basis. All right. I love y'all. I hope that you all are having the best year possible. I hope you're going to launch your community and you are going to change tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of lives with your program because you have something special. But there's some things that I want you to consider before we get started. So as you start building your program, I need you to go back and watch this. Can y'all hit that like button real quick on YouTube? Because we got too many people on here for y'all not to hit the like button. Can y'all hit that like button on YouTube, please? If you don't mind, that'll be helpful. It's free. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. So I'm not going to play with my kids. I love y'all. It's go time. This is your year. This is your season. We out here. Peace.